spooky followers. My name is Indigo Graham, here with a brand new spooky review. Yeah, terribly sorry about that. Just like Mal, she's not. I'm also dealing with a crowd. Ugh, curse that stupid plant called ragweed, and the weather's changing. So, if you could tell, I'm also kind of sick-ish. But don't worry, I'm also going to do the best I can to make sure these videos come out for my lovely spooky followers. Sorry. But, as Mal suggested, yes, go ahead, call me a masochist. I really don't care because I'm doing this for you guys, my lovely spooky followers. And since it is my time of the year where all spooks, scares, monsters, and ghouls comes out and play. But I'm here to talk about what would happen if your favorite emotion, aka fear, became your worst enemy, basically. And since it is spooky month or horror month or all the way down, fear is always there to have some fun. From going to your favorite haunted attraction to watching your favorite horror movies for your lovely time. But what happens if you get too much fear and you turn into a monster, a creature of mass destruction? What happens? You prob- you're probably thinking, there's no way that will happen. Well, in a game, it actually did happen. The game that I'm talking about, you're dealing with viruses, zombie hordes, and all the way down. But this, fe- this fear is your worst enemy. Too much fear will cause you to turn you into a creature, misshapen creature. You probably know what I'm talking about, right? Well, if not, have you ever played a game called Resident Evil Revelation 2? This game is actually pretty good, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about the game because one, it wasn't made very well, or the graphics wasn't that great. For me, this is actually the game that caused my favorite food into a toxic and ugh, disgusting way to make me throw up my own lunch. Ugh. You probably this virus called the one and only T Phobos virus. Phobos means fear in translation, if I remember right, and this fear will transform you into the most terrifying creatures ever. Now, only way you could turn into this thing is by too much fear cause a chain reaction to the virus in your body. In the game, and actually I found this quite shocking that in on Switch, not even kidding, they actually have both Revelation 1 and 2 on there. That's what's pretty shocking. I cannot believe I did not know about this until now. Seriously, when I found out, I want to hit my own skull with my own grimoire. So who knows? I'm definitely going to get the games. And maybe, who knows, I might play it on stream if we get the equipment. And also dealing with the project too. But back I was saying, the game itself is pretty good, but unfortunately, I don't. Sorry about that. I don't know very much about this fear. And for me, this fear virus actually made my favorite food into a toxic cesspool. Ugh. I'm already sick from this stupid weather changing and the stupid plant. I don't want my favorite food to become toxic. Ugh. And before you ask, yes, I am a fear eater. And yes, I watch people. I do feed off people's fear from VTubers, YouTubers, and all the way down bloggers, and all the way down, including my own parents when they watch their favorite horror movies. Even though I am very, very, very particular about horror movies, and some of them are not that great. But still. But this fear toxic virus that someone made did not actually make me pissed. I mean, seriously, why'd they have to turn this thing into a virus? Can't they just leave it alone? But still, since I don't know very much about this virus, I found a video that is actually turned into a more detailed video, and I'm here to review or react to, I should say. I'm here to review or react to the video called "The Fear Virus." They had no chance by SinglePlayerNachos. That's what I'm here to react to. So, no more delays. Let's see how this does. Like usual, already got the video already up and running. So let's see how this does. In 3, 2, 1.
Alright, what's up guys, SinglePlayerNacho here with an even creepier video than usual on the fear virus of Resident Evil, properly known as the T-Phobos virus. Phobos translates to fear, and it attacks the mind of its victims. Ironically, Resident Evil is mostly known as a zombie game who aren't very mindful, brainless twerps. Every virus has its little different nightmare fuel to it, but this virus is the nightmare fuel all by itself. The G virus gave us tentacles and eyeballs, the T abyss gave us fish fillet from McDonald's. Well, behold, the Phobos virus has this in store. It's known as the fear virus not just because of the horrific creature designs attached to it, but because that's quite literally what the virus targets: the victim's fear. Specifically a hormone that is released while a person is terrified. The strain exposes this hormone, causing the victim to mutate into hellish-looking demons that, in appearance, seem to have emerged from the 7th layer of hell. Look at these things. The afflicted, one of the most common T-Phobos BOWs, are native to Sein Island, and they appear to have barbed wire strung around their flesh. They look as if they are quickly decaying, and the eyes tells you everything you need to know. The afflicted have seen some shit. They've been tortured constantly, are extremely hostile, kill on-sight monsters. That is hardly scratching the surface on what these poor people have gone through, as the story on Sein Island is pretty much a massacre, and a tale of bad deception. Once upon a time, I feel like I'm going to start telling you guys a Disney story, which this is not. But once upon a time, Sein Island was a thriving mining colony. The natives relied heavily on these mines as it paid for their simple lifestyle. When the island ran out of resources, they grew desperate. That's when a lucrative colonizer stepped in. She came in with promises of a complete overhaul of the island, giving the Sein natives hope for a new beginning. Only problem was the woman's last name, drumroll, Wesker. Alex Wesker. Yes, she sold these people a dream, but at a cost. Their minds and bodies as well. Sure, Alex did bring welfare to everyone, but her main hidden goal was to implant these natives with her research on the T-Phobos virus. Alex's plan was quite simple: distract all of the island natives with the successes she was bringing, and every now and then, one or two of the natives would go missing. Where? Well, here. The Sein Island prison. It was more of a 16th century torture device of a prison. Here, she was able to harvest people's fears using Iron Maidens, torture tools, and a side of incomprehensible pain. And when the perfect formula was found to a point where, the victim wouldn't die out of either blood loss or being implanted with a harmful virus, the mutation was successful and the afflicted were born. Regardless of the dream, the
Huh.
success in repairing the island, the distractions, not everyone on the island was happy with Alex. A
Don't
factory
blame
chief
them.
opposed her methods, noting her dictator like behavior. A woman's letter describes the completely dreadful experience on the island, seemingly knowing her final days were right around the corner.
Yep.
Everyone else, however, were on the complete opposite side. They loved Alex, nicknaming her
She
as
had a
Savior or
kidding me.
Master. That's insane, all things
That
considered.
is insane.
Well, love her or hate her, it wasn't long before
She's a
Alex's true
Wesker.
intent was revealed, putting the lives of all Sein Island natives in absolute danger. How did it happen? Alex's monsters kept mutating, and
Mm.
eventually, they were released.
Oh my gosh.
Stay back, I
Ooh.
tell you.
What the actual hell is that? Ooh.
Say your hellos, or rather, your goodbyes, to the Revenant. A creature so disturbing, I gotta say, it doesn't even look like it would belong in Resident Evil.
No,
It's
it
just
does
that
not.
horrifying to look at. Worse yet, we don't even really know how this thing was
Ooh, they have
created. It's apparently
Frankenstein
made out of various
maniac
body parts
to me.
stitched together, but who stitched them together?
I don't know.
Regardless, the Revenants escaped and killed every living thing on the island,
Ooh.
wiping out the entire population of Sein
Ew.
natives, researchers,
Poor guys.
everyone. The horror of knowing that it was these monsters just running around and killing everything, that's a nightmare. The people of Sein were completely destroyed mentally, physically. They were deceived and ultimately massacred. The men became afflicted or worse, while the women were killed off due to their incompatibility with the T Phobos virus.
Really?
This is just one of those stories within Resident Evil that really makes you question humanity. And the fear virus, the virus of the mind, is an unforgettable one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more horror lore, lists, and mysteries. There are new memberships.
Like I said, go fucking serious. Another Wesker? Bad enough. We had to deal with one Wesker. Now we have another one to deal with? Oh my gosh. But the video was pretty informal. But why? Why they had to turn my favorite food into a fucking virus? I mean, seriously, bad enough. Even though, yeah, I know this game is very good and also have mixed feeling about the game, but the video itself has some more details and all the way down, even for me. The bad news is, if they can, this is just me talking, if they did make a virus like that, fear eaters would probably get sick off it. Ugh, like myself. But still, the video was pretty informal about the T-Vobos and what happened to the island of Resident Evil Revelations 2. And trust me, it is a good informal video. Even I don't know very much about the video, I mean the details about the virus. Instead, these viruses cause fear to become your worst enemy and turn yourself into a revenant or of the afflicted, and each one of them is more deadlier than the last. In my own opinion, if you find one of them in the game, the only thing I can say is good fucking luck and hope you have plenty of gunpowder for these type of creatures. I'm just saying. But I will say this. This fear virus is very, very unique to the Resident Evil lineup. Even though it caused my favorite food into a toxic cesspool. Ugh. In my opinion, if I'm gonna play this game, I better be mentally prepared and do not, I repeat, do not feed any type of fear from this game, period. Because I am not gonna get sick. Ugh, I'm already sick from the stupid weather changing and all the way down. So yeah, I'm not exactly happy. But the video was pretty informal, especially dealing with the T Phobos virus. And once again, just because single player Nacho, even though this video came out 1 year ago, he did a wonderful job on this video, giving more information about the fear virus, and I highly recommend you to go check him out for yourself because he does a very good job doing lore from Resident Evil and all the way down. Sorry, but I better get going. I got another a spooky music review to do soon, and this time I'm going to a place called Sleepy Hollow. So until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay spooky.